coffee cup that has a top. Good morning, good morning, good
I know you're not gonna start
morning.
that now. All right, good morning. How you doing, folks? Happy Wednesday to you, spelled Wednesday. Okay, how you doing this morning?
We do have a topic for today.
Some
Today's topic is
well, first off, some people call Wednesday Hump Day.
hmm,
Some people call it Evaluation Day. But either way, it's in the middle of your week, and we think this is a great time to talk about today's topic, which is the 5 reasons good people fail. 5 reasons why good people fail, and we're going to endeavor to go through them all with you today.
absolutely. We will come back and talk about it.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to you each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope that you had a terrific Tuesday. Today is Wonderful Wednesday, or what some people call Wealth Day, or some people call it Hump Day. We like to call it Evaluation Day. And we're going to take the time today to go through the 5 reasons people fail with you. And hopefully you'll provide your own input, insights, opinions about it so that we can get through the list and decide what we're keeping, what we're getting rid of, what we might be adding to, and we're going to talk about it.
Just keep.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. How you doing?
5 reasons good people fail.
It's almost a proverb. Someone is good, they work hard, they have high integrity, and they don't quite hit the mark. You've seen this study done 100 times where they take 100 college graduates, 100 high school graduates,
Good morning.
and they track them for the rest of their lives. And at the end of that time period, one of them is rich, 5 of them are well off, and 4 of them are well off, and 95% of them are either struggling to make ends meet or dependent upon something else. Why is that the case? Why is only 5 out of 100 hit the mark? Okay, why? And it's because a lot of times, I'm going to theorize before we get into our list. We have a formal list here, actually. But I think it's because, even though we're all born individuals, we die copies. We try to conform and be like everybody else.
Good morning, Arthur Lynette. Thank you for joining this morning.
That's my first hypothesis. I think too often adults do what everyone else is doing. That's a Brianism. Okay, that's not from our formal list. I think because we try to, be like everyone else, we end up with a similar result as everyone else. Thank you, Arthur Lynette, for sharing, because sharing is caring.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking a moment to comment, share, and like this program, whether you're watching it on Facebook, YouTube, or on LinkedIn. We appreciate the time that you choose to spend with us.
So what do you think about my first hypothesis about why people end up that way?
I think it's fair.
Yeah, because we try so hard. Society tries to get us to be like, even in school, why don't you sit still like everybody else? Or even sometimes in households, why don't you do it like your brother? Okay. Why don't you be more like him or her? So anyway,
it's a matter, that's often the decision or the format to keep down chaos, to maintain control, and to keep order.
Hey man, so let's just get to it because we only have a little bit of time to you. The first reason why good people lose or why good people fail, number one is their fears are larger than their faith. Their fears are bigger than their belief. Their fears are larger than their faith. I could be successful in this business, but what if I might fail? What if I fail? The fear of failing is greater than the faith that I'm good at and I can try this. That's number one.
Fear over faith.
Fear over faith. That'll hold a good person back more than anything. How do we conquer fear over faith? Arthur Lynette, Miss Phyllis, what say you? That number one reason why good people fail is because their fear is greater than their faith. What is Arthur Lynette saying there?
She said, let's keep it real. And it starts at home. The high expectations are so overwhelming, overbearing, and sometimes unrealistic. Their dreams are not our dreams. Their passions are not our passions. And she's using that to talk. Their passions are not our passions. And we get lost as they say, in the sauce, trying to be a people pleaser and lose ourselves.
Yeah. Thank you very much for saying that, my sister. And she said it right. I think you said it right, Arthur, that other people's expectations. A good friend of the show, Mr. Mark Greer, he had a great comment about that last night in the men's meeting. Oh my gosh.
Good morning, Crystal. We're getting used to seeing you just on these random days. Today is a Wednesday.
That's right.
Crystal is usually our Tuesday, Thursday girl, but she was here on a Monday and now she's here on a Wednesday. Come on now.
Our friend Mark Greer blessed us last night talking about how so many people end up ending their lives or getting very late in their lives and realize that their whole life they've been living someone else's dream or someone else's idea. And how sad that is, living somebody else's plan for your own life. And I'm not doing it justice by the way I'm paraphrasing it, but boy, that boy brought it last night. But number one is their fears are greater than their faith. We're talking about 5 reasons good people lose.
Yes,
good
that
people
is
fail.
Our conversation for today. It is, once again, the 5 reasons why good people fail.
Yeah, 5 already. Go back, baby, please.
I'm not at 5. I'm stating the topic.
All right. So number 1 was their fears are larger than their faith. Let's go right to number 2 because we want to get them all in, and we'll come back and forth. Number 2 is they blame their outer conditions. They blame things outside of themselves for their current circumstances. It's the economy. It's the president. It's something other than my own work and intellect, my own thinking and work ethic. It's not me. It's something outside. It's because my family didn't support me enough. It's because my husband didn't support me enough. It's because this or that. That's the number 2 reason why good people fail.
Arthur Lynette said, not thinking about your life, live up to my mother expectations. I thought about it, taking my life because it was so hard. But when I started to get around the right people, right mentors, even thirsty, I realized it's about me and not the expectations of a teacher.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you, my sister, for that contribution as well.
Influences should always augment your own purpose. When you allow the influences to define or to decide your purpose, then you can often get off of track on the way that you're intended to go.
That's another one coming up, by the way. But blaming outer conditions, stuff that you have no control over. You cannot control what they say or think. Right? Can you? Can you want that schoolyard bully to stop talking about you and then make them stop? They could say whatever they want, but what you take in is what matters. Is that supposed to be plugged into something?
No.
Okay.
Only so many plugs.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. But blaming your outer conditions.
Sincere, good morning. Thank
Newman.
you for joining us this morning.
If y'all don't know Sincere Newman, get to know her. She is a champion of a woman. We had a great time with her. What is it? 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. We went to a comedy show with her. We had a great time with her. So good to see you, Miss Sincere. We're talking about the 5 reasons good people fail. 5 reasons good people fail. And number 1 was their fear is greater than their beliefs. And number 2 is the blaming of outside conditions. Blaming others.
If it wasn't for, we're getting hugs. If it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for this, if I wasn't the firstborn, if I wasn't the lastborn, if I didn't have to help such and such, if I didn't have to do this, if
all
I didn't
that
have to
is
do
just
that.
noise. It's not outside of you. It's within you. But that's the second reason why good people fail. Number 3 reason why good people fail is they become distracted versus being a disruptor. It's almost like they're addicted to the distractions of the world. They love the distractions of the world instead of choosing to be a disruptor within their own industries.
Author Nanette says she's going to therapy. She says, my household was divided. My mother was a teacher and my dad was a businessman, and neither one understood each other's dreams and passions. And I just got caught up in the middle. Absolutely, that happens.
And I appreciate your transparency, my sister. What a blessing you had there too. Your mother was a teacher, so she believed in higher education. Your father was a businessman. He believed in earning $1 in exchange for a service or good. Okay, what a great influence.
Whoop.
They could have been great influences.
Whoop. Sincere said, I have been making noise. Come on. If you can't say ouch, if you can't say amen, say ouch.
Yeah.
Sincere is the body optimizer. She has the hands of an angel. And I missed out on my massage in Atlanta because time did not allow it.
Sincere, we regretted that.
Understand that when you have someone that has the right chi, the right energy, and the right ability, you can get the best out of their physical touch. And her massages, her physical touch are something that will just take you to the next level. It will help you to diminish the pains that you will be in. He will realign you, and it will allow you to optimize your life.
All right.
Body optimization by Sincere.
I'm going to give Sincere Newman a call because you just inspired me the way you was talking about her, Lisa. I'm going to give her a call because I can show her how to get, at her rate, because she's not the cheapest, at her rate, 2 a day, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week.
Amen. She said, speaking from the Spirit.
That's right.
Well, amen.
Dr. Beverly is in here this morning. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Dr. Beverly, I saw a cute picture of you this morning. You and Lisa and Dr. Deborah and, oh my gosh, one other lady too was in the picture too.
Tracy Van Buren.
No. This was what's that place we used to have, that co-working space we used to have?
And I don't know what
yes, you do. The co-working space we used to
Advent,
have.
but I don't know the person.
Right, but you'll recognize it though. But they were outside and I took a picture. They were all doing poses. And Lisa had her arms up like this, and Dr. Beverly was like this, and so and Dr. Deborah was there they was all doing crazy pose. I probably told them to do a crazy pose or do a pose or something. But I saw it this morning. That was a cute picture. Sunny day kind of picture.
Cynthia says, help. She's waiting on your call. You need to make that call.
Yeah.
We are grateful for these kind of connections.
And when you got to strike when the iron is hot too. That inspiration hit me, Sincere, when I heard Lisa talking about you and what you do. And I was like, oh, I got an idea.
We're talking about the 5 reasons good people fail. Yeah. We have covered number 1, fear over faith. Number 2,
their fear is larger than their faith.
Mm-hmm.
When their fear is bigger than their faith, they're going to fail or lose. Yes.
Number 2 is blaming outside conditions, or they consistently blame outer conditions.
Things outside their own sphere
that they are going through. Number 3 is they are distracted versus being disruptors.
Yes.
Distracted with anything, distracted with other people's lives, distracted with anything that's keeping you from being the change that you were intended to be.
Don't believe it. I'm going to tell you this on this one here. This is one thing I've learned. Now, you notice I got cotton in my face, okay? This is wisdom, okay? One of the things I've learned in my life is when you're getting close to making it happen, when you've been on the road and you're getting close, the distractions will come. Now, here's how the distraction can come. They can come with a great idea for something else. That makes a whole lot of sense. You are on your path, you're doing your thing, and then someone well-intentioned will bring a great idea to distract you from what you're doing. Or it could be you're on your track, you're getting close, and a wonderful new acquaintance will appear right there. A potential new acquaintance.
And it can be easily persuasive.
Yeah.
Because it can tie in just a little bit with what it is that you're intended to be doing.
I'm telling you, that you're on this road and they want you to deviate, even like Lisa's suggesting, a little bit off your track. Those are the wonderful distractions that come up when you're getting close to making it happen. If you can stay in that game, making it happen on your track and becoming a disruptor. One of our friends, his name is Cortez Springer. He talked about disrupting one time, and because I had said something that I thought was controversial, and he said, "That's right, Brian. Keep saying that because there ain't no money in being just like everybody else. The money is being a little bit different. The money has been a little bit controversial." And then he brought to mind there was a great book in the 80s called "Looking Out for Number One," and that book took that struggling salesperson to being a millionaire like over a summer. He was on all the talk shows because his disrupting thought was, instead of take care of yourself first. Make sure that you're happy first in situations. Make sure you're earning first. That was his crazy concept, his crazy thought. Now, today it won't seem so crazy. You'll put the oxygen mask on yourself. But his thought was looking out for number one, and number one is yourself. And everybody wanted to delve into, how could you think this way? How could you live? How could you be so selfish to look out for yourself before anybody else? That disruptive thought made him a millionaire.
Yep. We're going to talk about number 4 right after this message. So understand that everyone is preparing for the end of the year. Everyone is preparing. We're going to start seeing it coming all over the place. You're going to start seeing, the Black Friday sales,
and then hear that.
But remember that we deal with an entrepreneurial audience. And for those of you who are watching us or sharing with us from Raleigh, North Carolina, on October the 22nd, we are looking forward to being a part of you coming to the In the Black Entrepreneurial Summit. It is on October the 22nd, and we are looking forward to really getting you ready for the year end so that you can end the year and start the year in the black.
This is a live summit. And we've got amazing thought leaders, amazing contributors, champion business people. They're going to choose to come and they're going to share. And we're doing it affordably too. What? Affordably. Now, this ain't no free thing here. You got to put some skin in the game. But this is not $10,000 or even $5,000 or even $1,000. For what it would cost to get any one of the speakers that God has blessed us to assemble would cost significantly more than the ticket price. The ticket price is $97. $97? Yes, you're going to get Dexter Scott and Tina Moore and Ryan Ray for $97. Are you kidding? Plus, on top of that, and you're going to get Carnella Renee Hill. Plus, these are world-renowned people. Plus, you're going to get some funny. You got a stand-up comedian there, Miss Janine Slaughter. She's been killing the game. So she's going to be our comedian there. So we're going to have a great time. We're going to do the same thing. Don't tell nobody this one here. This is a secret, y'all. We're going to do a similar one in Charlotte, North Carolina on November 19th. Don't tell nobody. On November 19th. So we're going to assemble at least as equally as good a roster of amazing people. And we're going to bring that on November 19th. I am believing that we're shifting. We're always going to be the empowerment duo. And I'm always going to be the sales confidence coach. At least it's always going to be the coach's coach and the spiritual guide. We're going to always do that. But we're also co-founders of the In the Black Entrepreneur Summit. And that's going to become much more of a part of what we do with our lives. And I'm excited about that shifting. Hey, man, look at that roster, man. The roster is amazing. Now, looking at that roster, the elephant in the room, do I have time for this? Yeah, I can got a couple minutes. The elephant in the room is, look, they're all black people. In the black, it must be all black. And it wasn't intention, but it is kind of fun that it is. But it's going to always be mostly black, I think. But now, it's not exclusively black. No, it's not. Okay. Good morning, Brent Gaskins. How you doing, sir? We're talking about the 5 reasons why good people lose or fail. Number 1 was their fear is bigger bigger than their faith. Their fear is greater than their faith. Oh, and fear is such a hulking, persistent monster. Fear will not leave you. Even if you conquer fear, it regroups and comes back. So you have to keep coming up with strategies to keep defeating fears forever. Okay.
Or you could just decide to walk through or do it through the fear,
which is a strategy on how you're going to deal with fear when it comes, because I think it's going to keep coming. The number 2 was blaming things outside of yourself, blaming outside conditions why good people fail. Number 3 was being addicted to distractions versus being a disruptor. Number 4, and this one can be fixed, but number 4 is why good people fail is they simply have low confidence. They have low confidence. Their confidence hasn't been strengthened enough or bolstered enough. Low confidence keeps good, smart, intelligent people from taking the next step. Low confidence keeps good people from leaving the shore. Not going any farther in the water than being able to see the shoreline. Low confidence keeps you from trying to steal second base, keeping your foot on first. The fruit is out on the limb.
Absolutely. And understanding that low confidence can actually be a learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I think it might be unwitting. The person that is teaching low confidence doesn't even realize that that's what they're doing. The parent that says, you're getting too big for your britches.
Low confidence in any area. Sister Dr. Beverly says, low confidence in what area? Because she's right. Because some areas of our lives, like we're more confident in the kitchen than we might be driving, for example. Okay, more confident in this area versus that area. But low confidence keeps good people from losing. From winning. Okay.
Couture says, good morning. You guys just hit 100 people on YouTube.
Well, how about that?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. That's good. That's really good.
That means we get to change the name of the channel finally from XYZNLMNOP.
Now we get to have a customized name.
The Empowerment Network.
That's worthy of being celebrated. Thank you for letting us know,
Couture is our couple for life stand-in for life couple. The Empowerment Duos stunt doubles. We're going to have them here this week, potentially, or this week or the beginning of next week. I can't remember if...
definitely beginning of next week if we can.
Yeah, I can't remember which day, but we got to... I'll call you.
Well, I'm going to say Monday and Tuesday of next week, we might need a stand-in, especially Monday. Definitely Monday, we're going to need a stand-in. Tuesday, we may not, but Monday we do, because this weekend, Lisa and I are going to travel, pray our journey mercies. We're going to travel from Charlotte, North Carolina by car
to Sisters Empower Sisters
in Virginia Beach. We're staying at the Marriott Beachside Resort. What? Don't tell the location where we're going to be? Okay. Shoot, the brother looks like that? That's where we're going to be.
Because Brian is like a broken refrigerator.
Whatever that means.
They know what it means.
Broken refrigerator?
Yes.
What does that mean, baby?
It don't keep nothing.
Okay. So anyway, that's not true. Anyway, thank you, Sister Sincere. So we're going to be at the Virginia Beach. And on Monday, I gotta tell you, this is Sisters Empowering Sisters retreat is what it is. This is a women's retreat. And they only got one man speaking at this retreat. This retreat goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think Thursday too. It's a little retreat for these women. They got one man speaking. It's going to be me. I'm going to speak on Monday morning, but Monday afternoon, Lisa's going to be the featured speaker. So on Monday of the retreat, the empowerment duo, we're going to be the featured speakers. Brian in the morning and Lisa in the afternoon.
And shout out to Miss Beverly H. Smith.
Barbara H. Smith.
Barbara. I don't know why. Beverly. Oh, because I was reading Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Barbara H. Smith, who is the host of the event, and we are excited to be coming to support it as well.
Yes, and what an honor, because she's assembled an amazing roster of talent as well. For us to for her to choose us to make sure her event is successful, to begin it the right way, to make sure these people that have spent this money to come to this retreat getting value. They starting off with Brian and then Lisa. It's an honor, and we're going to honor that honor and give it our best. We're going to be very good. So number 4, they have low self-confidence. That's where we're at right now. Low self-confidence is a principal cause of why good people fail. Note, we're not just saying any good people will fail because of low confidence.
These are the 5 reasons good people fail. Not average people, not whack people, not bad people. Good people.
Yes, good, well-intentioned, hardworking people fail because of these things. Number 1 is
absolutely. Their fear is bigger than their faith.
Yes.
Number 2 is that they blame their outer conditions so frequently and often. Number 3 is they're distracted versus disruptors. They got to watch the Real Housewives. They got to hang out with what's going on right now as opposed to creating something that's a little bit different than what they see. Now, there is someone that is sort of being a disruptor. I guess he is very successful, but I wonder whether or not his disruption is worth the cost. And that is Kanye West. Have you seen the latest with him?
No, I have not.
So he just had a fashion show, and one of the fashions that he is currently wearing is White Lives Matter. This jacket that says White Lives Matter.
Oh my God. Now, my first response to it was, wait, did she say white light? And Kanye, a black man, is wearing a shirt or a jacket that says White Lives Matter?
That says White Lives Matter.
So then why did I immediately chuckle? Okay, he's just gaslighting, I think.
You would think, but he's done quite a bit of gaslighting.
Because I know he knows how we're going to respond.
Oh yeah, you got to know he knows.
Yeah.
But he actually had, I think her name is Candace Owens.
Yeah, well, she's another major sellout.
Exactly.
So he wants to purport himself as a sellout now. Oh, whatever.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay.
Number 4.
Wait, before you leave that, okay. Dr. Beverly says, congratulations on 100. And then she says, let's get to 1,000. Share the YouTube page. Let's get it to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Why not? This show is good.
Absolutely. Okay. Because we don't ever want to be in the situation where we were before, at the mercy of Facebook shutting us or allowing my ID to get hacked and then not allowing us to get it back on. We lost so many connections and we lost so much. We lost
5,000 at least.
From my side.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
5,000, right. I was about to say 5,000 connections, but then there were groups that I had. Those were people that I will never get back, but you know what? They fall down.
And Dr. Beverly also says some are attracted to the distractions and will put the disruptors over their own peace. Dr. Deborah Dunstan, good morning to you. I did say your name earlier in this show because I saw a cute picture of you and Lisa and Dr. Beverly, and I can't remember the other lady's name, but you'll all know her when I see it. I'm gonna show you the picture too. But number 4 was they have low confidence. Now, I think low confidence can be fixed. Okay, I think low confidence can be fixed
with encouragement. With
encouragement is one thing, but here's the I think the easiest way to fix low confidence is to study your craft. When I knew I couldn't sell, when I was a suckiest salesperson, we had a board every single month in the office that told me I was the worst one at it. I started reading books on how to do it, and those books inspired me and they gave me confidence.
So letting you win didn't give you more confidence?
Letting me win?
Letting you win?
No, hell no. No one.
What if they had a board that had it upside down and you were at the top instead of on the bottom?
I would have known I wasn't. Okay, because they pay another scorecard was how much money you made. Okay, and I knew how much money I made. I also knew how much money I wasn't making. So
that kind of talks against this participation trophies of life that people had been encouraging. I don't know if that's still the thing. I know that
whatever generation grew up with that, I feel bad for them because life is just not that way. You know, you got a child. There's some movie that opens up with this child's room with all their trophies and ribbons and all that stuff, and the camera's panning them, and the trophies are like 8th place this, 7th place that, participation award, 9th place, 10th place, 12th place.
They couldn't have you as a father. None of those trophies would have made it home. You would have to do the Denzel Washington cup routine.
no way. There's no way I'm displaying a 12th place trophy in my child's room. What are you reinforcing? Okay, what are you reinforcing? That you get awarded for just showing up. Oh, I hate that concept. But confidence can be bolstered. But I think you can study. You don't have to be even books. You can learn through YouTube, learn through others, watching others doing it.
Reading, listening, being around the right people, the right things.
Confidence
all of
can
those
be fixed.
things can improve your confidence.
Yes, and even just being like Lisa, just being around someone doing it, so watching good behaviors in an area that you feel low confidence in can bolster your confidence in that area. Confidence to me is fragile, but it can easily be fixed. Okay, that's my opinion on confidence.
Dr. Beverly says some are attracted to the distractions and will put the disruptors over their own peace. Absolutely, and that's actually a marketing strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Disruption is a marketing strategy. It will attract so much attention. You'll find that the saying is no press is bad press, because honestly the bad press is what gains the most interest.
White lives matter. Goodness gracious. Okay, but we talked about it on the show. I hadn't seen it. Lisa saw it. She told me about it, and there might be one or two of you hadn't seen it yet either, but now you know about it. Okay, message. And number 5 reason why good people fail is they simply don't stay with it long enough.
Oh, it would help if I spelled that right.
What?
Enough.
Okay, they don't stay with it long enough. They let go. They quit 3 feet from gold.
Yeah.
They stopped just before they could have won. You know, it's always darkest before the dawn. If you could just stay with it a little bit longer.
Grand Rising, George Allen.
You can get the win. Good morning, Mr. George Allen, a.k.a. Chef Rel. We've been talking about the 5 reasons why good people fail.
And he's watching us from YouTube. Once again, we just announced that YouTube has reached 100 subscribers. We're grateful for your connections.
I'm particularly grateful for that too, because we know every single one of those subscribers was gotten organically. We didn't use any tools, we didn't use any tricks of YouTube, and we didn't pay for any subscribers either. Every single one of those was someone that chose to on their own volition. They all came organic.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's 8:31, and before we get into the last delving into you didn't stay in the game long enough, which is number 5, I want to take a moment to pull an amazing mindfulness card.
Okay.
I love it. The card for today is I can try again. And that is right in alignment with that the fifth reason why good people fail is they don't remember this. They can try again. Oh, but I failed 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe 51 is the time that you'll get it right.
Exactly.
Maybe
51. One of the movies that Lisa and I love, we've seen it together at least 3 times because it's funny as heck. It's called My Cousin Vinny. Okay. My Cousin Vinny. It took him 6 tries to pass the bar to become an attorney. 6 tries.
If he had quit at 5, they would have went to jail and they could have been executed.
That's right.
For something
a crime
that they didn't do.
Okay. But 6 times was a charm for him.
Miss Phyllis says 942, 931. That's right. These things matter. Formula 409. What?
409th attempt.
The 409th attempt to do something and finally got it right. Imagine, and I always think about this, imagine Mrs. 409 at attempt 310.
Would you stop it?
Listen, I'll wash everything by hand if you would just go do something else. I do not need this thing that you're trying to create, this Formula 409. It is not working, not helping. And imagine if he didn't have the right support in that area.
He had the confidence to keep trying.
He had to.
Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, he tells about a conversation he had with Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison is given credit for discovering the secret to make the incandescent lamp. Okay, he'd come up with a lamp that you can use electricity to light a room instead of kerosene lanterns. okay, which causes fires and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, Napoleon Hill was talking to Edison. He's like, Mr. Edison, I understand it took you about 1,000 tries. Yeah, 1,000 failed attempts, okay, before you found the secret filament that would stay lit long enough to make a light bulb.
That's one of the ways to look at the statistics.
Okay, well, Edison said to him, it's not that I failed 1,000 times. I discovered 1,000 ways that didn't work, which got me closer to the one way that would work. And he says, as a matter of fact, Napoleon, if I hadn't discovered it in 1,000 attempts, I would be still in my lab trying to discover it instead of wasting my time talking to you. Okay, Whoops. He would have kept going.
Absolutely.
It didn't matter to him how many times it didn't work.
Absolutely. Okay. Good morning, Julie Ray Hammond-Tree.
Good morning, Julie Ray Hammond-Tree. What's
Didn't
up?
Stay in the game long enough actually brings me to my favorite book that I have written, that God gave to me, actually, The Tiniest Little Acorn. The purpose of this book has been to understand why it took you to go through what you went through before you became who you were always intended to be. Why did you have to deal with that? And think about it. The acorn doesn't just get dropped from a tree and birthed into another tree. The acorn has to be crushed underfoot. The acorn has to be dug deep into the ground. The acorn has to suffer some darkness and isolation and some cold before it can ever become the mighty oak tree. And these acorn babies are my way of saying thank you for loving you. I will be providing an acorn baby to every single person who purchases the Tiniest Little Acorn book. I have been making them with love and affection every day, and I will send you your own acorn baby just for the purpose, for the way of saying thank you for purchasing your copy of The Tiniest Little Acorn. It's not just for your child or your grandchild, but this book will help you to see and understand some of the reasons why you're going through what you went through in life. You can click on the QR code in the upper right-hand corner, or you can simply go to this link to Amazon and purchase your copy of The Tiniest Little Acorn by Lisa Santiago. All you'll need to do is take a screenshot of your proof of purchase, send it to me, and I will send you your own tiny little acorn as my thanks while supplies last.
Mr. George Allen, aka Chef Ref, says that, go back to the comments, please. He said Edison stole it from Lewis Latimer. Let me talk about that. Okay, Lewis Latimer, black man at the time, would happen to be an intern or an apprentice in Edison's labs. And Edison had a lot of very smart young people as apprentices. And Edison, he had come up with a way to make a light bulb, but it wouldn't stay lit and it would pop off it. And it was because of the filament inside of it. Now, he couldn't find a material that would make it work. Lewis Latimer, who was one of the apprentices working in Edison's labs, suggested a carbon filter, a carbon wire. He came up with that idea that Edison used to put, and turns out it worked. Now, Edison used that idea to make the light bulb and became a millionaire. Lewis Latimer didn't. And history will show, it depends on which way you look at it, that either Edison stole the idea from Lewis Latimer or he took the idea from one of his underlings, not unlike what the guy for Apple, before he passed away, the guy from Apple, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs had all these people working for him, and some of these brilliant people came up with great ideas that he put into his phones or his iPad and iPod, but he gets credit for it. Even though he didn't come up with the idea, it was his company, okay? Somebody in McDonald's company came up with the idea of having 2 all-beef patties special sauce. It wasn't Ray Kroc that came up with the idea. It was someone that was working within his company that came up with the idea, but Ray Kroc reaped the millions.
That's why when you're working for someone else, you got to make sure whether or not your ideas are protected.
And most of the time, they're not.
Most of the
when
time
you're working with someone else. Good morning, Mr. Jim Chambers. How are you, sir? And Julie Ray Hammond-Tree, 5 reasons why good people fail. Lisa just went ahead and I want you guys. My mother sent me a message saying she really wants Lisa's book and an acorn baby. Right now, Lisa's doing a thing. Can we hold a bunch of them up, or let me see if I can help you with them? she's been with her loving hands. Let me hold some too. Okay. But she's been making these acorn babies out of, she don't like when I keep mentioning the materials of it.
Some of them are already packaged.
But I think it matters. Okay, show the packaging of them, okay? So she's running a promotion right now. When you buy her book, The Tiniest Little Acorn, she's going to also, and with proof of purchase, she's going to buy this book, The Tiniest Little Acorn. She's going to send you one of these, okay? And she's not going to charge you for these either. You know, you just bought the book. She's going to send you one. She's put her loving hands on it, and she's going to send it out to the world so that you can get it in the mail and bring it to your bosom as well. I think that's beautiful.
You were saying your mother wants
my mother wants one too. But my mother, I'm gonna tell you, baby, my mother, when she says something and she hears that she becomes urgent. Okay.
I get it.
She's like urgent.
I'm waiting for the packaging to arrive so that they can be shipped out.
Because my mom, when she says she wants something, I don't know why she's that way. Okay. I have none of those traits myself, not me. Okay, but she's like an urgent.
Katura said, that's the show, how to protect your ideas when working with someone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It really, there's a couple of different things that make that urgent, because in masterminds, it really is the purpose of those connections to come up with ideas that you can individually use for what it is that you're doing. If you apply those ideas and become successul, how does that work? How do the people affect this? How does that happen?
Wait a minute, I was a part of the planning of that, and I didn't make $1 million out of it. You did.
Well,
yeah, but you raised your hand to be a part of that group.
Right.
But Lisa's right. That's a tricky thing.
That is.
So we talked about the 5 reasons why good people fail. And the thing
that I could tell that I had not picked up my own acorn baby even without looking at it, because I can tell what mine feels like.
That does make sense to me, because everything that has matter has a vibration to it.
And it definitely does.
Mr. Mark Greer, once again, you were fantastic last night. I did go ahead and mention one thing that you said, but Mr. Mark Greer said, and I'm going to have to read this in the stylings of Mark Greer. And he says, good morning, folks. Your heart is beating. The sun is shining. Life is good. Make this day something special, something great, something magnificent. I read that in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. Is that my cousin Keisha Miles out of the NYC swinging through to see me? What's up, cuz? How you doing?
We're going to recap real quick right before we go on to the songs now. The 5 reasons why good people fail.
Number 1 was their fear is bigger than their faith. That's a reason why a good person will fail. Number 2 was they blame things outside of themselves. They blame the outer conditions for their current state. Blaming things that you have no control over is a reason why good people fail. Number 3 was, oh my gosh, being distracted
versus
being a disruptor. Absolutely. This is a major one, because I promise you, when you're doing good, especially when you're doing good, especially when you're doing good, I'm telling you, good sounding, enticing distractions will come. You know, what a great idea you're doing, Brian. Go, go, go. Here's something else. Let me distract you a little bit with this great idea. They keep coming. So you need a strategy for that.
But you got to also understand how to discover when a distraction is actually a necessary part of your journey. Because if you think about it in terms of the creator of the glue from 3M.
Yes.
Right? So that distraction became a multi-million-dollar. Right. Mm-hmm. It made Post-it notes. He wasn't trying to make Post-it notes. He was trying to make a real sticky glue. But his glue wasn't sticky enough.
This guy, the guy that came up with that invention, he was part of the choir at his church. And they had hymnals, and he was in the choir, and he had made notes on the song that they were going to sing, and he put the note in the hymnal. Okay. And so when he stood up there and just opened up the hymnals to this place, his note fell out of his book onto the ground. And it was difficult for him to pick it up and then put it back in place. He's like, I wish I had something that could make this stick there, but will not be permanently stuck. Something that'll make it stick to this book, but not like tape that could potentially ruin the book. So he needed to come up with something that was adhesive and sticky, but not so sticky that can't be pulled off. Okay. And it turns out he came up with this, he finally figured out how to make it. I'm gonna jump ahead in the story. But what he found out was when he came up with this stuff, all the people around the office, they were using his thing before they realized they could make money with it. They had these notes of using his stuff all around the place. Anyway, so it's an interesting story.
That was a different story than I remember, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look that up again.
I got that from watching the inventions that built America and all that. I love those series.
Yeah, that wasn't. I think that was who used it and how they used it, but that wasn't how it was invented.
Okay, it was a mistake. Okay,
right.
Okay, but anyway,
the next number 4 is
low confidence. Low confidence keeps good people from winning. Low confidence. But I really believe of the 5 things that I think this is the one that's most fixable, in my opinion. I think your confidence can be bolstered today. Sometimes just reminding yourself that you're good and you can and you've done it before. You've done it before. You've earned $1 before. You paid a bill before.
And number 5.
Number 5 was not staying in the game long enough. Just quitting a little bit too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Quitting a little bit too soon. It's now 9:45. We're going to do what we do on this show. Now, for those of you, if you're new to the show, it's your first time on the show, bear with us because this show's been going on since October of 2016. That's right. Monday through Friday since October of 2016. Some of the folks in here, like Miss Phil, has been rocking with this show for years. Some of these folks on here, like Alternate, are consistent contributors to the show. And the way we thank them is with greeting songs and with greeting logos. For example, Miss Phyllis George has a greeting logo and it goes like this. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Miss Phyllis is also up in the NYC. Author Lynette M. Jewell, she has a jam as well. And it goes like this. At this table we sit.
Making it legit.
Because when Lynette hits the show,
when you say Miss Phyllis is here, I always do like this. And I've done that since the beginning of Miss Phyllis. And I actually found out there was another contributor on YouTube, I think it is. He does some other things as well. His name is Funky Dineva or Q. And he does this when he's announced as well. And I said, you're biting my stuff. Because I know I did it first.
Of course you did.
Crystal Blake.
Crystal Blake is in the air.
Crystal Blake is everywhere.
Helping families ensure their needs. Crystal Blake will do it with ease. Sincere Newman gotta get a jam.
Gotta get your jam, sister.
Because you like a lot of. I'm gonna tell you, Sincere.
Optimizer.
I'm gonna tell you this, Sincere. We sat up front at the comedy show, and the host. She was phenomenal. She was great, but she was doing all these rap songs.
Kelly Kells.
She was fantastic. And
I got a picture with her.
She went to Lisa like this for Lisa to finish the lyric.
Bruh.
And Lisa didn't know that rap. She didn't know that song.
I didn't know. Years, sister, I don't know that song.
I didn't know any of the songs, but she was looking at us like we bugging because we didn't know the song. I didn't know it. Lisa didn't know it either.
Nope. And I love you, but I can't sing with you. Dr. Beverly is here, honey.
Dr. Beverly has a logo that goes like this. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Yes, Katura's here, sweetie.
Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it?
However do you need it?
Do you need it?
We'll help you find you a jam, Katura. Scroll, please. Scroll.
Katura, you just said Katura.
Sincere. We'll help you find it. Mark Greer's here. Dr. Deborah's here first. Dr.
Deborah, non-profit strategist and funding coach.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Mark Greer's here. He has a jam as well. It goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. Good morning, Mark Greer. What's
George
up?
Allen is here, aka
Chef
Rev.
Rev. Why must I cook like that? Why not hire Chef Rev?
He puts the good food in me.
Nah. Good morning, Chef Rev.
Absolutely. Tarnez is here.
Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, Tarnez. Yeah. That's his jam right there.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sincere said, I didn't know either. Oh, y'all, it was so funny. Lisa was close enough to the stage where she did this rap that everybody in the crowd seemed to know, And I said, da 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 da, and then she put the mic in Lisa's face, and Lisa didn't know the words. And she goes, "Oh, you can't say that part in front of your husband."
I can't say that part at all. I can watermelon for you, but I don't know what the words are.
Oh, so that made us like the old fogies because we didn't know the rap.
Yeah, we was not the oldest ones there. There was a lot of old people there, and they might have been perpetrating like they know that song. They didn't know that daggone song neither.
But she assumed
that trap rap. Ain't nobody know
like
that
trap
stuff.
It was like trap rap stuff. I didn't know it. Okay,
but she was still funny. Just
she was hilarious.
Sing along with her.
Yeah, she was hilarious, and she knew how to engage the crowd. She was great.
Absolutely.
So you said I saw you take a picture with her, but I didn't see the picture.
I got it. I put it out there too.
I didn't see it.
Absolutely. We hope that you have enjoyed today. We enjoyed going over the 5 reasons good people fail with you today, and hopefully you can see something that you can take from it and help you to improve your successful chances at life, because we know that you're part of the good people, but what we don't want you to do is to fail at it.
Amen.
Sincere says trap music is not my lane. LOL.
Okay, what's your lane?
It's not my lane.
What kind of music do you like? So we gotta find your
genre of music.
Yeah.
Trap music is not my lane either. I can't even hear it for more than a second without typically changing the channel. Why? What? Why? Who is offending my ears?
It was really, really graphic too.
Yeah, it's usually graphic. And when it's not graphic, it's mumble mouth. And either one of those things, I cannot. She says, actually, everything else.
Everything else. Okay, so good.
Trap music is so horrible. I'm sorry.
But the people that like it.
I was about to say, maybe it's my age and my generation.
Right. The people that like it.
Katura says, yep, I'm good over here. Me too. I keep wondering. I think when I think of it, and we get ready to close out, when I think of trap music, I think they just decided, I'm going to make music that offends every generation that came before me.
I can't.
That is the purpose.
I get it, but some
music.
of the lyrics she was saying, I was listening. They were like in superhero songs for the women. Okay, but they was using their P's for power. I told her to put my P da da da. I'm like, oh shoot.
Yeah, it's very extreme.
It was like, oh my gosh.
I think I much prefer the subtlety of double entendre Prince used versus the bold, direct language in some of the trap music.
Yes, and that was really, really bold and direct. But I thought that was hilarious. Katura, you would have laughed your head off when that lady put the mic in Lisa's face.
I don't want to embarrass you because I'm really enjoying you, but I don't know what you're talking about.
She's like, oh.
Can I look for something in my purse?
Oh my God.
Can I do anything to keep her from paying attention to me? Yes, it was funny.
All right, we gotta go.
The whole thing was funny. We love you. We appreciate you for spending time with us today. And we will see you tomorrow for Thankful Thursday. Katura, I'm going to call you today so that we can hammer out the schedule if we need to. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Thoughtful Thursday. Don't forget to have sex.